Hello, welcome back. It's so good to see you. So today we're going to do a Q&A type video. I haven't done one of these in a while. And I get my questions out of this book. I have another book that's just like it, but it has 3,000 questions in it. But this one is called 1,000 Things You Don't Know About Me. It's like, what? You've been here for a while. You probably know every single thing about me. What can I tell you, right? Because a lot of people, they're like, share more stories with us and like story time. But I don't know what type of stories you want to hear. So I like doing these videos because it gives me a prompt to go with. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some questions and answers out of this book. And I don't read all the questions because some of them are stupid. So, let's see. One thing I did on social media that got me into trouble. One thing I did on social media that got me into trouble, nothing. I don't do anything wrong on social media. Now, I do remember my sister got banned from Facebook, like, I don't know, 4, maybe longer, maybe like 6 years ago, because my sister is very opinionated and, let's say, politically opinionated, and I think this was like the first election with Trump or something, and I don't remember what it is that she did. I don't know. She just repost articles. That's all she did, was to repost articles. And one of her friends on Facebook apparently did not like that, because I think it was Trump and Hillary who were in the election the first time, and my sister posted things that were like anti-Trump, I guess. I don't really remember. It was such a long time ago. But one of her friends was like, no, they did not appreciate it, so they reported her to Facebook, and Facebook doesn't really like investigate, I guess, because they just immediately suspended her account. And she tried to fight it, and they were like, nope. So she couldn't get her Facebook back, and I was crushed because so many of my memories were on her Facebook, okay? And there's one video that she recorded that I will never see again, because Facebook won't remove the ban. And this is years and years later. And it is the video of when me and my husband were bringing my son home from the hospital, and we were introducing Emma and David for the first time. It is the cutest video I've ever seen in my life, and I will never get it back. That sucks. So I have never, once that happened, when she got banned, I was like, whoa, I'm not liking anybody's posts. I like, unless there are pictures of their family or something, I'm not reposting articles. Nope, I'm not messing around, because I do not want to lose all of my pictures and all of my memories and stuff like that. I'm not messing around with Facebook, because they don't mess around, you know what I mean? So I've never done anything. I spared no expense once when I'm a very cheap person. I don't like spending a lot of money. Even if I have a lot of money, I'm always very like, I need to budget all this stuff out, you know? But I think the one time that I was just like, let's buy it, was the first time that me and my husband lived in our first home on our own. That was when he had joined the army and we had to move to Georgia. We had to wait like a few weeks to get a house on base, and it was a 2-story house. I will never forget that house. I hated it. It was cool to have our own big house and stuff, but not this house. But anyway, when we went furniture shopping, we had to get everything, because we had nothing. So we got living room, dining room, bedroom set, and then stuff like pots and pans and plates and stuff like that. And so that was probably the only time where I was just like, let's get this, because we had nothing. So I was just like, let's buy it. We gotta have it, so let's buy it. That was probably the only time that I was just like, just get it type of thing. My goal for retirement is, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom / wife who is unable to drive or work, so there's really no retirement for me. So my goal is to make it to retirement age. How about that? My parents sheltered me from everything, like bills, the stress of being an adult, like just real life problems, that kind of thing. And I wish I could go back. Yeah. The one person whose opinion matters most to me is my mom. I care what my mom thinks about me. Everyone else, I don't care. The trait I adore most in others, admire. The trait I admire? I don't know. I got nothing on that. One thing I find boring. One thing I find boring, but most people don't, is, I thought it was going to be the opposite. What most people find boring, but I don't, because what most people find boring, but I don't, is like being alone and like schedules and like structure. I like that, but maybe like chaos, like going to a concert or public places, like I'm not. I like being alone, solitary. Like I don't want too many people around. Like, but I was gonna say, like, I don't like going to the mall. But it's because of all the walking, but there's so many people there, and it's like, like if I did go to the mall or something, I would go super early in the morning, like on a Monday or something. You know what I mean? Definitely not the weekends. No. And I could never go to a concert. Like, no thanks. I can listen to this music in my earbuds by myself, although I know people are like, the experience, it's like, no, that experience would be terrible for me. What really contributed to my success? What am I successful in? I don't know. Maybe my channel. What contributed to my success is you. So, but I don't feel very successful, like, in life, I haven't accomplished anything. One thing I loved as a child, but hate now. One thing I loved as a child, but I hate it now. Probably staying up late. I'm so exhausted all the time. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for the kids to go to bed so that I can go to bed. I'm like, yes, I can go to bed. because they're not, I mean, they could take care of themselves, but like, I don't know. I just want to make sure that they go to bed at a specific time so they get enough rest. Like, because they read before bed, and then they go to sleep. Like, when they go upstairs to do their reading before they go to sleep, I go to bed. I'm like, I can't take it. I'm so tired and exhausted all the time. The first time I got on a plane, the first time I got on a plane was when I joined the military. And the Marine boot camp for women was Paris Island. So I had to fly from Texas to, South Carolina. And I had to take 2 flights. I love flying on a plane. Like, or not on a plane. But I love plane rides. Like, they're so amazing. I love them. Let's see. I am all business when it comes to, I don't want to say, I was going to say my kids, like I'm all business, but like, that makes me sound like I'm a very rural mom. Like, my kids matter the most to me, and like, when it comes to their health and education, business, the last person I had an argument with was probably Emma, because this girl, like, we don't actually fight. Like, that's not a thing. But she does things to like push your buttons. And sometimes I'm like, no, because this, and this, because she likes to prove you wrong, And she's a kid, so obviously she's wrong. Very rarely, but sometimes she's right. And I'm like, okay, you're right. But I notice it a lot with my husband, because it doesn't matter what the situation is, she'll state the opposite just to push his buttons and piss him off. And it's so funny to see from the outside, because she gets him every time. It's over just stupid stuff, but like, I don't really get in fights. Like, what do you mean? But like, me and Emma will bicker back and forth just because she has to be right, I would never want my children to know about. I would never want my children to know about. Like, nothing. I am so open with my kids. I tell them everything. Even things they don't want to know about, I tell them. And if they have a question about anything, they know if they ask me, they'll get the truth. So my kids know everything. I'm always late when? I'm always late. I don't like being late. But if I'm late, it's because my husband is the worst. He's the worst. So like, whenever we have to be somewhere, like let's say we have to be somewhere at 12. Well, I don't tell him we have to be there at 12. I tell him that we have to be there at 11:30. Because if we have to be there at 12, we're not getting there at 12. Because he's the worst. He's like the stereotypical woman when she's getting ready. That's not me. It's my husband. You know what I mean? No. So I lie to my husband about whatever time something starts so that we can actually get there on my time. Okay. Sometimes I hold on too hard to. Sometimes I hold on too hard. Maybe my kids. Like, sometimes I will just hug them. And like, it's a weird hug because they can't hug me back. I feel so sorry for like their future, partners or whatever, because like when I hug them, I can hug them all I want, but they can't really touch me. They can put their arms like on my shoulder or something, but like they can't touch the back of my arms or my back or anything like that, because my skin is so sensitive that it actually physically hurts for them to touch me, but only on certain parts of my body. So when I'm hugging, I'm just like, oh, and I'm hugging on them, and they're just standing there like, and they're just like, okay, are you done hugging? And I'm like, no, no. So it's like, I tell them, I'm like, you know that when you hug someone in real life, you put your arms around them, right? And they're like, yeah, you know, because like, I need to make sure that they know that's how you normally hug someone. They just can't hug me like that. I was trying to be cool, but it backfired when? I was trying to be cool, but it backfired when? I am so not cool at all. I think I'm the biggest dork. And like, I could never try to be cool because I'm not actually cool, but I think by not being cool, I am cool. You know, because people who try to be cool, I'm just like, you're trying too hard, and that's not cool. But like, I'm such a dork. But my daughter says that all of her friends think that I'm fire, which apparently is cool. So apparently I am cool by not being cool. I don't know. I need time away from people and sound. I like being alone, and I like silence, like at all times. I hate sound. I hate it. And I'd rather just be alone, like all the time. The first R-rated movie I ever saw was, I don't really have a lot of memories from my childhood, so the only thing that I can think of is, like, I don't know, I was probably like 11, maybe 12, and my dad took me and my brother to see the movie The Blair Witch Project. And when that movie came out, originally when it came out, everyone thought that it was true. Everyone thought it was a true story, and it was found footage, so it was terrifying, okay? Like, you didn't find out till later that that wasn't a true that wasn't a true movie. But I remember that it scared the crap out of me. The movie was like, whatever, okay? But there were like these little, I remember there was like sand or piles of something like that, okay? And when me and my dad and my brother got home, when we walked in, I think the desk was by like the front door. We lived in a different house back then than my parents do now, because it was like a long time ago. But we walked in the front door, and my mom's desk was right in front, and on the desk was a pile of sand. Just a pile of sand. And I was like, oh my God. And I don't remember how that was connected to the movie, because I haven't seen Blair Witch Project, and I would never watch it now. But I haven't seen it probably in like 30 years or something. Well, 25-ish years. But I remember there was something to do with sand or whatever, and there was sand. There was just a pile of sand on my mom's desk, and I never knew where it came from, what the hell the sand was about. To this day, what was that sand about? I don't know. If I were reincarnated, I would want to come back as somebody very rich and pampered. Probably a man. A very tall and strong man, because I'm a very short and weak woman, and it sucks. And I'm not mega rich, and I'm not pampered, so I want to be a very rich, pampered very tall, strong man. I think that was it. Yeah, that's it. So we have not gone through all the questions. I've gone through all the questions on this side. I haven't gone through the questions on this side. So we still have tons of questions, but I think that's going to be it for now. Yeah, the video's long enough. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.